What? No, I already ate. You know I can't eat that. Oh, hello. I am Fenric the Forgotten Wolf, and I am going to tell you about being a Greymuzzle Furry. But before we get into that, I'm Fenric the Forgotten Wolf. I'm a brand new furry and a brand new YouTuber. So if I get any of this wrong, let me know down in the comments. And by the way, this video is sponsored by no one. 'Cause fuck that. Alright. Do you want to know what I have to say about being a Greymuzzle Furry? Well, of course you do. Why else would you be here? So let's just dive right in, shall we? First of all, what exactly is a Greymuzzle Furry? Well, that's an interesting question, because this term, the definition of this term, seems to have evolved over time. It is my understanding that originally it meant someone who had been in the fandom for quite a while, probably had actual gray in their beard, as in literal gray muzzle, and was older and wiser and was able to impart wisdom to younger furries. Then time went on, and I think the definition of it sort of got distorted, and then it kind of just meant any furry that was over 35. And then I think it was any furry that was over 30. And now it seems to be any furry that's 26 or over, which seems like a really, really young age to be considered a gray muzzle. But what do I know? I'm a brand new furry. All right. So, am I a gray muzzle? Well, yes. I fall into every category of gray muzzle that I just described, except for the fact that I am a brand new furry and have not been in the fandom for very long. I have been a furry for about 4 months at this point. All right, what was the rest of this video? What was I even talking about? What was this video even about? You see, this is how you know that I am a gray muzzle, because I have lost my train of thought. I came out to my mother when I was 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I knew everything. Senility set in sometime after. All right, so I have a couple of things to say about my experience being a Greymuzzle furry. The first is that when I first became a furry, I think I was perhaps unprepared for the amount of attention I received from much younger furries. In fact, I kind of felt like every younger furry with a daddy complex pounced on me, at least metaphorically speaking. I actually had one other Greymuzzle furry say to me, "You're a daddy type with a fursuit. You are doomed." I don't really know what he meant by that. The other thing that happened is that if you're a brand new furry as a Greymuzzle, sometimes people could be a little suspicious of that. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, that's definitely something I have experienced a couple of times. I mean, it's all fine, you know, it all works out, but you know, sometimes you have like interactions and you can just tell that, like, you know, the person isn't like totally cool with you right away. I mean, this kind of happened to me in Telegram groups where, like, you know, the moderator let me in, but then sort of like, you know, grilled me about things. And I don't know, I think sometimes people think like, if you're much older, it's like, oh, are you really a furry? Well, I mean, I'm a furry. I am such a furry. The only other thing I will say about being a Greymuzzle furry is that it has caused me to look back over my life and think about how different certain things could have or would have been had I found the furry fandom much sooner, or realized I was a furry much sooner. It would not be unfair to say that my life has changed for the better. In fact, I'm not sure I could ever really express what all of this actually means to me. All right, well, there you go. That's what I have to say about being a Greymuzzle Furry. Stay wolfy, boys.